Tampa, how are you feeling?
Good.
Can I have folks over here just come in a little bit more? Fill it in. Looking like one line in front of this. There's a lot of us. All right. So I'm gonna start us off with a chant to get our voices ready. Get us all ready. Good cause now.
Good cause now.
Good cause now.
Good cause now. Good cause now. Good cause now. Good cause now. Good cause now. Good cause now.
Good morning. We thank you for joining us today. My name is Selena Trowell. I'm the Homelessness Union organizer at Vocal, New York. We are known as Voices of Community Activists and Leaders. And I'm standing here with our coalition, Housing Justice for All. And I was just, let's like give it up for yourselves. And we are here today as an upstate, downstate coalition across the state of New York, urging the governor, Kathy Hochul, to pass good cause eviction legislation now. So we're going to start this off with a bit of a mic check so that you have a very clear understanding of what we're doing today, pre-Mother's Day. We are HJ4A. We are calling on Governor Kathy Hochul to pass good cause legislation today. What this law does is protect mothers, families, children, and families from unjust eviction, from unjust rent hikes that leave mothers, families, and children on verge of eviction and homelessness. And that is not right. We need our governor to pass good cause eviction legislation today. Before Mother's Day, we want to protect the children and families and mothers from shelters, from streets and poverty. Thank you so much for that. I want to be clear as well. Each and every day, I am out engaging with individuals directly impacted by homelessness. Vocal New York itself is a statewide organization, and we're fighting all across the state to ensure members and the people that you see even standing with me today do not fall victim to unjust rent hikes, landlords who are predatory, who increase the rent. We have mothers and families all across the state who are facing the fear of eviction, and they have no protections. Please note that while here in New York City, you may have a right to shelter, our families and communities upstate New York and all across the state of New York don't have those same safety nets. And it's almost criminal to know that if you have a landlord who decides that they want to evict you tomorrow, if a church don't have room for you in their basement, if a friend doesn't have room for you and your children on the couch, then you could be in the street today. It's a shame that we are more concerned about the issues of criminalizing poverty, criminalizing homelessness, allowing the shelter system to give subpar services, instead of ensuring that we have safety nets like voucher programs, ensuring that we have safety nets that ensures that no one can be put out in the street with the snap of a finger. It is so important. Passing good cause eviction legislation is so critical to families. And we implore our state leader, Kathy Hochul, who just welcomed another generation of her family today as a new grandmother, to think about the children. As a mom, think about the lack of safety that families all across the states of New York have. As a grandmother, think about what it would be if just one day your grandchild were to grow up and a developer or a landlord decides that they'd rather make way for $1 million developments to gentrify a community, and your grandchildren and their families have nowhere to go. It is so important that we protect the entire state of New York from unjust evictions and predatory landlords. It is critical. I myself am a mom, and I raised my child in a community, the best community there is, of Brownsville, Brooklyn, and I'm still there by choice. But it is a shame that even that community is a struggle to remain affordable for my family and my child. This entire state is going through an affordability crisis. And what that means is the threat of homelessness remains. Good cause eviction gets to that. It addresses that. It keeps families and children and mothers in their homes. Right now, even in just the city, we are talking about 10,000 babies going to school from their shelter. That ain't right. That ain't right. We can't even get to quantify what that looks like for the children and families upstate New York who may not have a shelter to send their schools from. And that is in no way advocating for shelters. That is going beyond. Because the return of investments on shelter has come to its course. We need permanent housing. We need means in which people can stay housed. We need means in which people can push back against predatory things like rent increases, like subpar and substandard housing conditions. And that is why we are urging the state and its leaders and this governor to have some sympathy, have a heart to center yourself in a feminist lens of caring for all. So we are leaning on this governor to tap into her mothering instincts. And if you want to see your children housed, so do we. We want to ensure that this next generation of children, family, and mothers, especially at a time where reproductive rights are under attack.
That's right.
We would like to see this state ensure that everybody is protected from evictions. And with that being said, I'm going to open us up for our first speaker in the